Hello everyone, it's Ethan from the Orlando Tours here at Universal Orlando on Friday, August 19th. We were here just 2 days ago covering a lot of Horror Night construction updates. We saw some billboards on I-4. There it is, the weekend! But they're advertising some Horror Nights and a lot of stuff going on around the parks, a lot of scare zone stuff. Construction everywhere. We had a huge announcement. We talked about all of the announced houses last video. We're going to be briefly discussing them, but we won't go as in depth as we did last week. So if you want to know all the details for all 10 houses, 5 scare zones and 2 shows, definitely check out last week's video. Today we're going to be going down an in-depth guide to Horror Nights and how to complete all of the 10 houses and everything at the event without express. And also we're going to be discussing which multi-night ticket has the best value and which one you should buy, and we're going to be buying our ticket today as well, so stay tuned. So we're coming up onto the arches. As you can see, we have some lighting rigs and some trusses here. But we bought our frequent fear pass last night, and we're gonna go pick it up at the will call kiosks. Something I forgot to mention in my last video is Universal is now implementing a new curfew for those 18 and those younger than that will have to be accompanied by someone that's an adult to enter City Walk on the weekends after 9 p.m. So this might not be playing into effect with Horror Nights, but anyone who enters the park just in City Walk after 9 needs to get ID checked. So we just got our Frequent Fear Plus pass for Horror Nights, and yeah. As we enter the park, we have some setup for the opening ceremonies. As you can see, we have speakers here, some lighting up here. We might even get pyro like last year. Yes, we have a Horror Night zone over there, the horrors of Halloween. We will cover that very soon. We're gonna start around with the Hollywood scare zone. So we don't have many updates since we were here 2 days ago. Literally, I don't think anything's been added to this zone. We'll still show you around though. This is called Graveyard Deadly Unrest. Yeah, this zone, I'm assuming we're gonna see like cemetery creatures, like maybe some skeletons and ghosts. And it's gonna be really cool. I love the theming in here. There's a lot of little details. We got cobwebs, plants, statues everywhere. And in the 5 and Dime, we do have some preview merchandise, which we did show a couple days ago.
But if you like message me, I may still have it run out. But either way, that way.
There's all the new design. And then we have all the Little Blue merchandise and traditional Halloween stuff, which is also found first in the Halloween boutique store in Islands Adventure. Nothing new added here though. The same merchandise. Pass Holder Lounge, I believe, is open from 11 to 4, and that's where you can pick up your monthly magnet. It's a Revenge of the Mummy magnet for Pass Holder Appreciation Days. Pass Holder Appreciation Days started August 15th and it's going on to September 30th. There's a lot of cool special menu items around different restaurants around the whole resort, special hotel rates, and a lot of other cool benefits, including that mummy magnet, which we did get 2 days ago. The prop shop closed a while back, and it's either being transformed into like an Epic Universe preview center, or possibly a preview center for the Nintendo World coming to Epic Universe. Over here, we have a truss probably for the signage for the new water show this year called Ghoulish, A Halloween Tale. I can't wait for that. It sounds really neat. We discussed it in our last video. And now we're coming up to the Scarecrow Cursed Soil Scare Zone. This scare zone is going to be really neat. I was hoping we'd get a whole barn set up this morning, but we don't have that yet. Yeah, we're going to have like a whole barn here enclosed. We're going to have scare actors on either side attacking victims and stuff. We have speakers up here. It looks amazing. And also, if you look closely, we have lanterns in the trees. They're kind of hard to see, but hopefully it'll be easier to see when they're all lit up at night. Nothing else added in this zone yet, except we do have speakers and lighting in the grass and a couple lighting trusses, but that's about it. Over here we have food tents for Halloween Horror Nights. Last week we did check them out, or not last week, 2 days ago, and we even came back before park closed and watched them all lit up. and they looked beautiful. And as you can see, a lot of the food tents actually do have their lights on as we speak. You see that? It's all lit up, and it looks really bright at night. It looks amazing. A lot of the food tents are also themed to the original houses, so this one looks like a whole witch's potion area. We do have an original witch house this year called Spirits of the Coven. Over in Kids Zone, we also do have the new we also do have the new Shrek meet and greet. You can meet Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona in the old Barney gift shop. We did check it out 2 days ago when we were here. So now we're gonna discuss about each of the 4 multi-night passes for Halloween Horror Nights and which one has the best value. Now let's start with the lowest tier, which is Rush of Fear. You use it the whole month of September except the last weekend. As we're trying to give Horror Night updates here, Superstar Parade going in. They ended the parade on June 4th, but they still have the characters out doing meet and greets for a little while longer. So with the Rush of Fear pass, it is the first 17 nights of the event in September. So it's almost a full month except the last weekend of September. Like I said, 17 nights. It's a pretty good deal if you don't want to go the whole season. It's $130. I would say it actually comes out to be the most expensive, like per night. So if you divide the amount of nights with the event from the total ticket price, it's about $7 and change. So it would come out to $7.65 per night if you went all 17 nights with the Rush of Fear. The next multi-night ticket is the Frequent Fear Pass, the base Frequent Fear. It includes the opening and closing weekend, the Friday, and for the whole season you do not get Fridays or Saturdays, so you get Sunday through Thursday, and it costs $180. And that ticket you get 27 nights, and it comes out to $667 per night if you divide the total price by the amount of nights you get. And all these other Frequent Fear tickets are the whole season. You just don't get all the weekdays every week. And we have this food tent over here. We saw this last video, all lit up at night as well. We're supposed to get roaming hordes back this year, possibly some chainsaws in here most likely. It'll be really cool. We're not going to be getting any tent construction updates from Simpsons today. We did that in past videos, and a lot of people have posted stuff on Twitter and Instagram, so if you really want to check it out, just dig through social media and you'll find people's aerial photos of what the facades look like on the tents. But yeah, not much has changed. They look pretty much complete already. So we will continue talking about the other 2 Frequent Fear passes after we get off of Men in Black, and we do have another food and drink tent over here. So we didn't max out today, but we have maxed out plenty of times before. We have a whole guide on the channel on how to max out. Normal riders, or just the normal entrance is 40 minutes. Single riders is about like pretty much a walk-on. And there is not going to be a Horror Nights tent back here this year. This is where the Nightmare Fuel Wildfire show is going to be this year. Pretty much the return of last year's show with some of the same dancers and people. You got fire, everything like that. But I'm curious to see how they're going to change up the show this year. It's going to be really neat. Over here we have a food tent, pumpkin themed, so there might be some pumpkin food items over there. It was not lit up at night yesterday. The next multi-night ticket I want to discuss is the Frequent Fear Pass Plus. It goes to the whole season. You get 36 nights, and it includes the first and the last weekend, the Saturdays, but all other Saturdays you don't get, but you get every other night. So every single night except Saturdays, but you get the first and last Saturday. And it comes out to $6.09 per night if you divide the total price by the amount of nights. And that is the best value ticket that they're selling this year. That's the one I just picked up today. And this is going to be the best value ticket. This is the one I highly recommend. So we have some runes over here and some moss on the food booths over there and alcohol tents. Over here we have the Conjure the Dark Witch Scare Zone. And we have a lot of planters up in here and some lighting trusses. And we have the stage here. And it looks like there's some new like flaps on the sides of the stage. That's pretty neat. But other than that, we don't really have many other updates in this zone today. But yeah, it's really cool looking. So yeah, not much else going on in that zone. Just the plants that are added, and you know, some just we're waiting for a lot of set pieces to pop up in there. Fast and the Furious, nothing has changed with that tent. If you want to see the tent updates from before, just watch my previous videos. But yeah, there's gonna be Blumhouse is rumored to be there. And the last pass that we need to talk about is the Ultimate Frequent Fear. You get all 43 nights of the event, no blockouts or anything. And yeah, so the Ultimate Frequent Fear is about $325, and it comes out to about Comes out to $756 per night if you divide the total price by the amount of nights. And you also get free parking after 5. Typically City Walk has free parking after 6, but if you get the Ultimate Frequent Fear, you get free parking after 5. We have this cool food area. We checked this out at night last time we were here. We did not check it out during the day. It looks like it's themed to Meaty Meats. Just a cool food tent looking area. There might possibly be scare actors here in this Sting Alley, but these props look really neat. I can't wait for this. So the Rush of Fear is the worst value ticket, and the Ultimate Frequent Fear is the second worst value ticket. But if you don't want to have any blockouts, definitely get that ticket. I highly recommend it. And then the Frequent Fear Plus is the best value. Base Frequent Fear is the third. Or the second best. And then we had the street blocked off for a while. That's why we have the temporary stage here. And we also have the Mummy, which has team member testing today. So team members are able to ride this attraction right now. Team member testing. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted when they decide to open for everyone. But right now we're gonna head into the gift shop. Once the Mummy gift shop closes, it will be a good sign of when the Mummy's gonna reopen for normal guests. They moved a lot of stuff out of the store. And we're just waiting for it to close. Team members getting off the ride. Checkout counters and everything. So right now we have a Sing It going on. It's some kind of Blues Brothers show. But over here we have the Sweet Revenge Scare Zone. Not many props have been added. We do have new food tents over here though. And they took the construction walls off this street, so it's fully reopened. And over here we have basically, it's a Halloween parade festival. We're gonna have Mardi Gras floats and stuff. And we have a new body here in the candy area. But Major Sweets has taken over poison candy. We're gonna have these people transformed into these evil monsters. It's gonna be a really cool zone. The new tribute store theater facade. This tribute store is gonna be amazing. It's gonna feature a pumpkin patch, witch's hut. The last room is gonna connect into this scare zone with the candy store and everything. And it's also gonna have a cemetery, and we also have some cool newspaper messages in the window over here. I'm expecting the tribute theater, the new one, to open a week before Halloween Horror Nights starts. I would expect there to be pass holder previews as well as team member previews too. Also, in addition to the multi-night passes, they are selling something called Scream Early tickets, and that's for people who don't have an annual pass and want to enjoy the parks before Horror Nights. So if you're here for like a night or so, I recommend getting a Scream Early ticket so you can do Stay and Scream and Stay After. And you can be here right at the beginning of the night, bang out a lot of houses, and it'll really improve your night at Horror Nights. They're also mostly sold out of Unmasking the Horror tours, which they sell 3 house tours and 6 house tours. And then they have RIP tours per night. So if you want to bang out everything in one night, you can get the RIP tour and you can just bang out all the houses. And also for each of the multi-night passes, they're selling each of those with Express, which somehow kind of doubles the price of the pass. So like the top tier Ultimate Frequent Fear, which is $300, that thing will cost about $800 with Express. The Frequent Fear Plus, which is $220, it'll cost like $600 with Express. So it drastically increases the price, but it's if you want Express, every visit, like the most amount of Express you can get, definitely get it with Express. Over here we have some more food tents on the side of the street, and we have the Minions Cafe, which is going to be replacing the Monsters Cafe. That hasn't been officially announced, it's just a rumor, but we have a lot of deconstruction for Monsters Cafe over here. So we have the Shrek attraction, which is getting replaced by a Minions Villain Call walkthrough experience where you're interacting with different sets. But this scare zone is the horrors of Halloween. Pumpkin Lord is taking over, and we have Little Boo up here, and we have some new theming in the last few days over here. We have some wooden like structure pieces at the base of the trusses. The pumpkins look really neat. I can't wait to see Pumpkin Lord in here. But yeah, we did some wooden stuff here, and we have some stuff over here. We'll show you in a minute. And just some fences, and this one says 31. Like I said, we're going to be showing you guys in this video the ultimate tricks on how to basically do all the houses without Express. And it's going to be a lot easier to do that if you come in September. If you go through October, prices get more expensive for tickets, and it gets busier. And a lot of nights where they have the premiere passes, where they go in for free, it's a lot of Wednesdays and Saturdays later in the season. Those are going to be busy nights. So something interesting fact, because I did go 16 times last year. it would end up being busier on Wednesdays and Fridays. Now, Fridays do get busy, but if you come at the beginning of the night, a lot of people are getting off of work later. And if you come at the beginning of the night, you could bang out 6 houses in like an hour and a half on a Friday night. On a Wednesday, everyone's here early, so if you come at the beginning of the night, you're only gonna get about 3 or 4 houses done.
Okay,
this is real hat photography over here.
Hi guys. Fridays and Saturdays are going to be the most crowded, so if you do decide to come those days, make sure to do stay and scream. And start at the back of the park. I know that MIB doesn't have a tent this year, but the back 2 tent houses and then kids zone houses are gonna be like the 4 houses you wanna get done first, and then hit the houses in the front of the park later at night.
So like he said, Stay and Scream is gonna be really beneficial this year. They've opened international travel. So last year they didn't have international travel. Crowds weren't, they were busy, they just weren't as busy as in previous years. It's gonna be insane this year. So basically, my strategy is you do Stay and Scream at Simpsons. They also have a Stay and Scream location at Today Cafe. They have one at the New York area. So that was like where Icons was last year, and Tooth Fairy and Texas Chainsaw. And then they also have a hotel entrance on the side, coming from like Rip Red Rocket and Minions. And then they have one more in Central Park. That'll bring you to where Beetlejuice and Hill House was last year by the Kid Zone area. That's where we're gonna have Monsters in the weekend. So if you want to hit those 2 amazing houses this year, you're gonna want to do that Stay and Scream. So what my strategy usually is if you start by the Simpsons area, they usually have 3 houses. So like Scary Ohio, which was the Men in Black tent, opened first last year. We don't have that house location this year. Instead, we have Blumhouse at Fast and the Furious. And instead of the house at Shrek, we now have an extra soundstage where Stranger Things was the first year it was here. But so you're still gonna wanna hit those back 2 tents because they're gonna open first. They open at about 10 to 15 minutes before the rest of the park opens. So you get a nice head start before everyone enters the park. And so everyone's gonna be hitting those front houses first, like where Jimmy Fallon is. So those are gonna have the longest lines in the beginning of the night. And so if you start with Bug House and Descendants of Destruction, those are in the back of the house. And those, from what I'm hearing, Bug House is gonna be really good. They're trying to make it so like no one can complete that house. They're trying to make it scary. And a lot of people already don't want to go through. So that one's gonna be nice. They might actually end up having a short line most of the night because no one wants to do it, but we'll find out. And after that, I recommend hitting the Weekend and hitting Universal Monsters because it's literally right next door in the Kid Zone area. But if those have like a 40-minute wait, which it might have by the time you get there, then I recommend heading to where Icons was if you go to Jimmy Fallon and hit the houses over there, which are gonna be like Chupacabra, Michael Myers, those are gonna be in that area. We're gonna have the Dead Man's Pier is gonna be there, and we're also gonna have Spirits of the Coven over there. So if any of those interests you, definitely start over there. Now the other thing is, if you like any of those houses and want to start at the beginning of the night, they have a Stay and Scream spot for those houses. So start in the front, and then you can hit to like Bug House and Descendants of Destruction, or reverse your way over to like Weekend and Monsters. That's another good strategy if you want to hit those houses. If you want this guy to scare you during horror nights, visit Monsters, he'll be there. Another cool fact is that if you stay at any of the Universal hotels, you can get admission to the Swizzle Lounge and the Monsters photo op thing they're having this year. It's a pretty cool experience at Cabana Bay. So even if you're not staying at Cabana Bay, you could get in for free. They usually have the hours like overlapping horror nights for a little bit, but I recommended doing it on a day off if you're here. They have amazing hotel packages going on right now for horror nights. But if you're gonna go multiple nights, just get a Rush of Fear pass if you're only gonna visit in September. But if you're gonna visit in October too, get a frequent fear. It'll be worth it instead of buying multiple single night tickets, because they did raise the price this year. We have some walls here at the Christmas tree shop as we enter Islands of Adventure. The shop is still open, they're just doing some refurbishment outside of the store. And we have some pirates out and about as we enter the park. Really fun interactive characters.
Right in front, right in center.
Another cool thing is every night when the park opens for horror nights, they have something called the opening ceremonies, which is really neat. Last year they had Jack the Clown come up with a bunch of cool creatures and still walkers and stuff. They all came up to the gate, and there was a whole audio spiel with fire and everything. And it's a really cool experience, and you have to wait outside the front gate. So I recommend getting there like 40 minutes before the event starts, so you get really close up front. And then when they open the gates, I would run directly over to the Kid Zone houses, so that'll be Monsters in the Weekend this year. Or you could go all the way to the back and hit Bug House and Descendants of Destruction. And when I say Bug House, that's bugs eaten alive. It's just the nickname we have for it. And also, Universal will be closing at 5 p.m. most nights for Halloween Horror Nights, and the park will open at 6. But definitely head to the park and do Stay and Scream as much as you can. Stay and Scream is going to be the most beneficial thing for your visit at Horror Nights. Another thing is I usually walk pretty fast around the park, so I get to houses really quick. So definitely walk with a good pace if you're trying to hit a lot of houses. If you're a more chillaxed person, definitely get express. But also what I usually do is I bang out like 6 houses at the beginning of the night, and then I walk through some scare zones, get photos and video in the zones. And a lot of people just hang out in the zones, sit or eat something, maybe even go to a food tent, get some food. They have a lot of amazing food. They've stepped up their food game recently, and definitely hit some of the shows during the middle of the night. And then at the end of the night, everything will be about a 5 to 10 minute wait. Everything slows down in the last hour of the event. So if you want to hit the last 4 houses, try to hit them, the ones that are next to each other. You can hit them all in the last hour of the event. So do like 6 houses in the beginning of the night, hit the 2 shows, hit the scare zones, food, do some rides, and then come back and do the houses that you're missing. Hulk looks like it might have a short wait. We'll find out for you guys. Normal line is 10 minutes, and single riders doesn't have a wait. Just got off a Hulk. Single rider is not too long, but we have the fantastic car that is returned from refurbishment, and we also have the construction walls over here. They're just doing some pavement reworking. So another thing is, in the New York section of studios, they have a restaurant called Louie's, which they have pizza and everything. Basically, that's where Scare Actor Dining is going to be this year. They're bringing it back. So if you want to eat and have some like monsters come up to you and like creatures from Horror Nights, they have that this year. Definitely cool. It's a buffet too, so it's pretty good. So I know I was talking about all the location where the Stay and Screams are and everything, and that's all in the other park, and I've been talking about it over here. But it's hard to explain where the haunted houses are going to be without seeing the little truss things to the house portals. So once those go up, I will show you guys which each house location is for the entrance, and it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to understand how to navigate the park. Unless you've done it before and you kind of know what I'm talking about, and it's not your first year, then it'll be easy for you guys. But definitely stay tuned for more videos, because it'll help you guys be prepared for the event as it comes along. But another thing is that if you want that pass holder magnet and can't make it to the pass holder lounge, this store in the Toon Lagoon area is open from park opening to park close, and they have your pass member magnet here for Pass Holder Appreciation Month. And we also have construction walls over here as well, just some refurbishment. And this is what the magnet looks like. You can get it here in the Toon Extra store. If you're only able to go one night for Halloween Horror Nights this year, definitely, if you're a pass holder, Premier Pass holders get one free night this year. So try to go sometime in September, because it'll be way quieter. And weekdays are usually quieter, but Friday nights are a pretty good night to go. Thursdays are pretty good as well. Also, pass holders can get pass holder discounts for the single night tickets as well. And if you buy your tickets online, you will save money instead of buying up front at the gate. We have something new in the Jurassic Park gift shop. Forgot to show it the other day. So we've had this wooden Velocicoaster train model for a while, but now we have something new. $150 for the whole train. And they're selling it here. They don't have the display for it in this shop though. We have a 40-minute wait, and single riders are open today. Kind of a long wait in the single riders. Normal line might not be too bad. We're gonna see if we hit Haggard instead. So we're gonna hit Haggard's instead probably. We'll check on the wait. And we're gonna show you guys the boutique store. And that's where you can get some Horror Nights merch right now until they open the Tribute store, which will be open like a week before the event starts for Horror Nights. We've covered most of the big topics for Horror Nights in preparation to help you guys get prepared for the event. If you guys have any other questions about just random stuff for Horror Nights, just put it in the comments below and I'll answer it. So, and then also, I'll probably answer some questions in the next few videos. And during my visits to Horror Nights, I will also show you some cool tips. So make sure you guys stay tuned for some awesome Horror Nights content this year. It's gonna be really amazing. We've been covering this for a while, but we have construction walls outside the Sinbad show, the theater. We don't know why there's construction walls, but they've been there for a while. We'll keep you guys posted with it. We're gonna head into the boutique where they have more preview merchandise. I love the spooky original Halloween theming we got in here. We have a new decal sheet. We have 3 new decal sheets in this store. That one's a Studio Screamer one. We have a generic Halloween one down here. And they, I think, $12 for each. Trying to find the other sheet for you guys.
He could have.
There's a lot of merch spread around the store. Yeah, I can't find that last decal sheet. Yeah, I wonder if the other decal sheet sold out. But now we're gonna head over to Haggard's and see how long the wait is for the attraction. The 90-minute wait and single riders are open right now. So Haggard's look kind of long today, so we're gonna head to Poseidon's Fury, see when the next show is, and then if that's too long, we're probably gonna head to SeaWorld. It's gonna be my last night of visiting the Electric Ocean at SeaWorld, and they have a lot of Halloween props going up in the park. So if you're interested in all of that, definitely check out that video that I'm gonna post. And yeah, we'll just cover some more stuff on the way out. 20 minutes to the next tour, so we're heading in. Waiting to be let into the showroom now. Just got out of Poseidon's. We waited like 15 minutes for the show. Not that long of a wait at all. Pretty good show as always. But I'll show you a couple updates in City Walk as we head out of the park. But we're gonna be heading over to SeaWorld next, like I said already. The Griffin is still under construction for some reason. As we're heading out, they still have the Seuss archway not fixed yet. The storm's coming in. We have the exit blocked off here at Islands of Adventure, but you can still exit through this temporary exit here in the side. They're just doing some refurbishment with the concrete. And there's the other side of the construction walls here. And now we're gonna head in City Walk, show you the Red Coconut Club, see if there's any updates for Horror Nights, because it mentions it on the tribute store. And also we're gonna show you guys the escape rooms. So this is the Universal's Great Movie Escape. They announced this a while back at the beginning of the summer. There's not been any updates to the exterior facade. And we've been checking on this every visit. And it's gonna feature Back to the Future and Jurassic World. If it does well, it might even feature Jaws. But no opening date set. Pass holder discounts will be available, but tickets aren't even out yet. So we will keep you guys covered once that stuff is posted and we find out more information about the escape room. And this is the Red Coconut Club. It hasn't been open for a while. They might put some Horror Nights stuff, turn into like a little bar for City Walk, but we're not sure yet. We'll see if we can see anything going on inside. But we haven't seen anything in our past visits here. Yeah, it doesn't look like much is going on in there. But hopefully this Horror Nights guide was very helpful for you guys today. Once again, if you have more questions or want to know some more stuff about Horror Nights, just drop it in the comments and I'll try my best to answer it. We will be back next week, cover some more construction, because not much was added the last couple days. And that's going to be it for the video. So definitely, if you like the video, like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Follow me on social media, on Twitter @EthanHershaft, and on Instagram @FloridaThemeParkPics. We'll see you guys in the next one.